I'm Sandy, and welcome to another day in Life with Sandy. Oh, look at my hair. I had to wet it down to hide all the colics, although I didn't hide all the colics. But Jim and I are on the way to the gym today. Today is Friday, March 24th. So we are going to go to the gym.
Today is a miracle.
Jim thinks this is a miracle because he asked me, not every day, not every time he goes, every once in a great while he'll ask me. So he kind of like half jokingly asked me yesterday before he went to work, hey, maybe you can go with me to the gym tomorrow. And I said, yeah, okay. He didn't believe me. So before we went to bed, he says, are you going to go? And I said, yes. And Jim is what?
Almost had a heart attack.
Shocked, I tell you. But he's going to do a little bit of working out, and I'm just going to do a tour, I think, with the guy for the first time. I might get on the recumbent bike for a little bit and then go in the pool, and then we'll go from there. How's that sound, Jim?
Sounds like a plan.
So talk to you guys soon. Okay, what I liked about the gym was I feel really good now. I really do. I did the recumbent bikes for 15 minutes, then I did some leg lifts, and then I water aerobic in the pool, or water walked in the pool for 35 minutes. Did some exercises, used the free floating weights, and I gotta say I feel pretty good. I'm glad I came. What I don't like about the gym is all the mirrors. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, first sign of spring.
I got 2 bananas in there.
The bully birds are back. He's already chased all the little birds away.
Nonsense.
And we're watching Kim live.
I got 2 in there.
Well, hello. Today is Friday, March 24th, and we do have some birthdays today. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. I hope I am. Glennis Quinn. Glenys. I'm thinking it's Glennis. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Glennis. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Nancy Chiampa's grandson's Christian. Today is his 17th birthday. So, Christian, your grandma wanted me to sing to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christian. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope both of you have a great birthday. But we also have an anniversary. Today is Margaret C's 33rd anniversary. And once again, Margaret, I don't know what your husband's name is. She had told me yesterday in the comments, she says, I hope it's not too... Same with Christian. Her grandma told me yesterday. Hopefully you can, remember. Not a problem. You let me know in time. I will sing. But Margaret, you still haven't told me what your husband's name is for your anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, let me know in the comments what your husband's name is so I can remember to put his name down next year. As you saw at the beginning, my beginning clip, that Jim had asked me last night, or before he went to work, kind of like an off, like because he figured I'd say no. Hey, you want to go to the gym with me tomorrow? And I said, I don't know. Let me think about it. Yeah, I think I'll go. And he says, really? And I go, yeah. He says, oh, okay. I think he was shocked that I don't know that he really wanted me to go. I don't know. But anyway, when he got home from work, when we watched TV, and when we're getting ready to go to, when he was getting ready to go to bed, he goes to bed before I do. So he says, so are you going to go with me in the morning still? And I go, yeah, what time we got to leave? He says, well, I have a back cracker appointment. That's what he calls his chiropractor. He says, I have a back cracker appointment. We'd have to leave at 10:15. Fine, I'll be there. I'll be ready. Because I didn't tell him that I found my suit. I don't know if you watched the whole video yesterday. I did finally find it. It was in the last place that I looked for the 3rd time around. And it was a place that I'd already looked twice before. But it was in an old gym bag that I put my summer shorts and shirts in and just left it in the closet. And I thought, let me just look. And then, ta-da! That's where everything was. So I did go to the gym. I did the recumbent bike, which I had a hard time with because The one I used when I went for physical therapy was more like a rowing machine, it seemed like. And you just push your feet on this like gas pedals like types, and you just push it back and forth in that. They didn't have a machine like that I could see. They had like, you sat down and you put your feet in these little stirrups like a bicycle, like bicycle pedals, but they had like straps to hold your foot in place. And then you just kind of rode the bike like that. My left foot kept coming out of the strap. I no matter what I did, I kept losing that. But I didn't want to do too much, I know, because I know I'm going to feel it tomorrow no matter what. But I rode on the recumbent bike for 15 minutes, and not as fast as the guy next to me. Oh my gosh. I kind of thought like, you know, like he if we were on a track, he would have passed me like 8 times. It was like he was going like, and I was kind of going, you know, it's kind of, but like I said, I didn't want to overdo it the first time. And then I went and I tried doing some leg lifts, thinking that maybe that might strengthen my legs up, that might help my balance. I only did 10 lifts on the very lowest setting because, you know, like I was just starting off. But then I was looking at all those machines and I thought, I don't know how to use those. So I went up to the counter and I said, you know, this is my first time here. I did join a couple months ago, but I've never been in. And I was just wondering if I can make an appointment for next Wednesday, because gym goes on Wednesdays and Fridays. So I said, can I make an appointment for next Wednesday that I can have a trainer walk me around and show me how all the different equipment works? And so they set up an appointment, so I'm going to go back. So I will be going back on Wednesday. And so then when I got done with that, I went into the pool, and they had those, the weight things that you use in the water that are like, I don't know, not styrofoam, but they're foam, like foam rubber. And then you keep them under the water. And so I walked with those. I did like a walk frontwards and backwards and sideways and all that stuff for 30 minutes. So I did that. And then felt pretty good. The only thing, like I said in my video, mirrors everywhere. And I know like when you're working out, you want to see yourself in the mirror. I don't need to see myself in the mirror. It's just like the only place there wasn't a mirror, thankfully, was in the showers. And I was really surprised at how well the showers were, because when I go to the aquatic center just to do my water aerobics, or even when I went with Bertie to the high school, there was such low water pressure that you just really felt like you were under a sprinkling hose. You know, it's like just, it wasn't the same. This one was like, had adjustments like, because I like to get beat up in the shower. I like that. I have the pulsating, like, because even my kids, they like when Christy stayed with me for a while when she was between houses, when she bought her house, but she couldn't move in, but she had to leave her other house. So her and Aaron lived in the basement for like a month or two. When she would take a shower, she'd say, oh my gosh, I felt like I was getting beat to death. And I'm thinking, yeah, because I told them, don't touch my settings. I have 2 showers. So finally, they just went into the guest bathroom, and they said, well, we're just going to go in the guest bathroom because we can adjust the shower. I go, you go right ahead. You go right ahead, because at the time, we didn't have a shower in the basement. We had the makings of the shower in the basement. When we bought the house, we got a little bit off because the people, the lady, because it was just a lady that lived here, she had started the shower, so she had all of it out, all the fixtures and everything, but she hadn't put the shower together. So on the pretense that we were going to put it together, they knocked off, I think, $1,000 or something like that. But we had all of the parts. It was just a matter of putting the shower together, which took a while. It was like not high on our list of things to do. But we did do it. And then, so I mean, all in all, it was just such a good experience that I am going to check over by the aquatic center that's over by me. And I think on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I might go over there and just do some water walking, because I don't know, my foot is being so touchy lately, and I don't want to have another summer like I had last summer. I really don't. And as much as I thoroughly enjoy going for my walks and seeing my neighbors and all that good stuff, I don't want to chance it. So I think doing the water walking is less pressure on my plantar fasciitis on my foot, and I don't. It doesn't hurt at all right now. When I do take a couple walks like around the block, my foot does kind of bother me. So I'm thinking that if I do the water aerobics up until maybe when the weather gets really nice, maybe I can start venturing out for little walks like I've been doing and not hurting as much, because I do love my walks. I don't mind doing water exercises. Doesn't that sound silly? But I'm not going to just like start doing exercises in front of the TV. I don't know. But I think when I don't have as much weight bearing thing, because the water kind of makes you float a little bit. Because I did exercises in the pool. I did leg lifts and I did some jumping jacks. And I mean, I probably was a sight to see, but what do I care? I mean, there were no bathing beauties there anyhow. And I don't think I didn't notice that anybody was staring at anybody. I mean, there was all shapes and sizes and all ages. So I felt very comfortable there. I really did. I didn't feel like that I was being stared at or anything like that. Then I did go on Amazon, and because that bathing suit that I really liked yesterday was that blue and white stripe. When it was blue and white horizontal. I know when you're big, you're not supposed to wear horizontal. You're supposed to wear vertical. But I really liked that one. It had a zipper up the front, which I did like too. And like I said yesterday, it fit, but it just fit. And then I did ask at the store, and they looked, and they didn't have any larger ones. So I thought, well, I'm going to look on Amazon. I knew it was a Land's End, which I do like those bathing suits. I think they're for the money, they're really worth it. So I looked on Amazon, and I found one in a 1X, which I think is what I needed. The extra large, like I said, just fit. I was thinking, well, maybe I'll get a 2X, even though I don't think I would really need a 2X, but I'm very bottom heavy. That's my problem. I'm very bottom heavy. And but they went from a 1X to a 3X, and I know a 3X would be too big. So I ordered the 1X, and at Kohl's, the extra large was $82. On Amazon, the 1X was $57. Well, I don't mind paying $57. So, and plus I had some Amazon points. So I think it ended up costing me like $42 or something like that. And it's supposed to come on Wednesday. So I'll probably have to wear, because this suit is it kind of rides up your butt. I know, TMI, Sandy, TMI, but I mean, the bathing suit I have fits all right, but the elastic around the legs, the top of your legs that meets your hips and your butts and all that, not butts. Although in my case, it might be more than one butt because it's pretty big. But anyway, it's kind of like, it kind of rides up, excuse the French, up my crack. And I don't like that. So I'll have to wear it for a couple more days. The rest of the suit fits me perfectly, and it looks nice and everything, but it's just, that's not a good sight either. You don't want to be picking at yourself the whole time you're in the pool. So we did that, and then I'm going to see if Denise wants to join the water. Jim won't. He won't do that. But maybe Denise might. And it's close enough to my house. I could go by myself. And it's like at a time when I should be getting out of bed anyhow. The open swim in the morning is from 9:30 to 11. Or 9:30 to 9:50 because it's a school pool. And at 11 o'clock, then the kids from the school use the pool. So you have to be out of there before 11 o'clock. So I'm going to look into that. And then when we got home, on the way home, I started watching Kim's live on because I had my earbuds. Jim was listening to the radio. I was trying to listen to her live because she goes live on Fridays at 1 o'clock. And but she kept cutting in and out, and she kept freezing, and I kept hearing every other word. So I had to sign in and out like 3 or 4 times before I finally got home. And then when I got home, I put her on my TV. It worked fine. So I don't know if it was maybe the internet just while I was driving, although I've never had a problem before. But I don't know. But it was so much fun today. I laughed so hard. Everybody was like, we learned a lot about a lot of people. that was funny too. But I don't know how David stayed asleep because Kim was like rolling. She was like rolling. She was laughing so hard. And Kim has such a personality anyhow. A girl on her phone, that, she just makes you laugh, not at her, but with her, because she's such a fun, kind, loving person. But I can't think that David could have slept through all the giggling and laughing that she was doing. But it reminded me of a story that I did try to share, but it's kind of hard because you can only type so many words, and then that's all that they'll accept, like when you're doing a live. And then when you try to finish the thought, a lot of other people have come in, and so it's not, they didn't get the whole story. But as a joke, one time, this is a story I tried to tell on her live, is as a joke, one of my friends had got me a keychain, and on the keychain was because I have a very potty mouth. I'm not as bad now, but I was like really, and I was very, trying to think of the right way to put it. I had no problem talking about sex, or I have no problem with the innuendos or anything like that, or being very open. I've, you know, like I've, well, even with my kids, I'm very open about sex because it's just a part of life. Everybody does it in one way or another, you know, and or they have done it at some point in their life, and it's just like going to the, you know, it's like going to the bathroom. It's just a fact of life. Everybody's going to do it at one point in their life, and so anyway, I'm very open about sex with my kids and with my friends and my family, and I'm not the bashful type. I don't get embarrassed. You'll never say anything that's going to embarrass me. But anyway, so as a gag gift for one of my birthdays, my friend Jeff gave me a keychain with a condom in it, and then on the one side of the on the back of you can see that it's a Trojan, and then when you flip it over, it says, "In case of emergency, break the seal," to get the condom out. Well, my kids went to Christy did, but Jimmy and Danny went to Catholic school, and Jimmy. It's a wonder I had more children. I love Jimmy with all my heart, but oh my gosh, that boy was trying. He was like, he danced on every last nerve. I'm going to tell you. He pushed limits to the limit, I'm telling you. But anyway, Sister Mary Anthony had called me over to talk to me about Jimmy, of his behavior, because Jimmy kept taking the girls, especially Deanna, who was his favorite, into the cloakroom, or the coat room, but they called it the cloakroom. And would be kissing them. And so she was just thinking that was so inappropriate for a first grader to be doing that. So she had called me over for a conference. And so even though I didn't drive a lot at the time, I had my house keys and stuff on there. It was like I had car keys on there, but the school was right next door. I could just walk over to the school. But I needed the keys to get back into the house because I'm going to lock my house up when I go. So, you know, I carried Danny over because he was just a baby. And, well, he was two. So Danny and I went over to talk to Sister Mary Anthony about Jimmy's behavior. And when I started to put my keys down, I'm not remembering that this is a Trojan, you know, a condom. And I just put the keys down on her desk, and we were talking about Jimmy and, you know, like how shameful it was, and he was too young to be into that. And I says, oh, you know, we're very free in our family, you know, like we talk about things like this and that. And she kept looking down at my keychain, and it went right over my head. And I said, you know, I teach them that this is part of your body. There's no shame in it. You know, like, you know, this is going to happen. I tell them age appropriate things, blah, 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 and all of that. And then she just kind of looked down, and she just looked mortified that she saw this condom sitting on her desk. And so then I just kind of looked down, and they went, oh, I said, I don't teach him about that kind of sex. He's too young for that kind of sex. I said, this is a joke. This is a gag gift that I just had on my keychain for my house keys and that. I said, oh, trust me, that would be a whole nother conversation if we had to come over here for that. She says, but we have not reached that point in the sex education classes that I give at home. And so she says, oh, well, I'm very thankful for that. She says, but doesn't he question what that is? And I says, no, he's never questioned it. I said, but I'll tell you right now, if he ever questions it, what it is, I will tell him. I said, because it's just that's the way it goes. Because I know that when Danny wanted to ask about sex, and he was asking me about sex, he, you know, and I told him, you know, like, I'm figuring if you're old enough to ask, you're old enough to know what the true answer is. I'm not going to tell you that we found you in a bunny patch or a rabbit patch or something like that. I'm going to tell you, if you ask me how that happens, then I'm going to tell you how it happens, you know, because there's, like I said, there's no shame. And Jim, on the other hand, was not raised that way. My family was very open about sex. We were just always, you know, like, we talked about it, you know, even at the dinner table. I mean, it was just something that just came naturally in my family. Could be why my mother had 6 children. But anyway, Jim's family was very closed-mouthed. They never talked about it. Jim even says he learned it on the streets. He didn't learn it from his parents. But I remember I was laying on the bed, taking a nap. Well, not taking a nap, but kind of laying, resting, taking a nap. And Jim was outside washing the car. And then Danny come outside to talk to Jim. And he says, you know, Mom just told me what you do to her. And he says, what are you talking about? And she says, yeah, he said, well, you know how everything goes on, you know, like, and he went into detail because I had gone into detail. And Jim was mortified because he's like looking around at the neighbors hearing. He says, just go. If your mother told you, it must be true. But don't worry about it. We don't talk about those things. Just go inside. So then Danny come in. He says, Dad says I'm not supposed to talk about those things. I said, you can always talk about those things to me, but maybe not your dad, but you can always talk to me. Because Jim never gave any of my kids the sex talk. Obviously, I had no problem. I gave it to them. I didn't tell other people's children because that's not my place. But anyway, that was one of the conversations we were talking about. We were talking about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. We talk about that. We talk about vibrators. See what you miss out when you don't go to a live? You'll learn a lot about different people too. So, okay, Danny's going to come by today with the boys. I don't know if Sebastian's coming too. He might be with his dad. If you're new to my channel, Danny is my son, obviously, and he has two boys, Sebastian and Oliver. He's been Sebastian's father, or stepfather, since he was born, because Shannon and her fiance or boyfriend at the time or whatever, they just realized that they couldn't get married, that they were going to get married just because they had a child, and then they realized that that was not what was for them. So Danny had met Shannon when she was pregnant, and they fell in love, and they got married. They were married for like 10 years. They're divorced now, but I mean, they were married for 10 years. And Danny's always accepted Sebastian as his son. Shannon's always accepted Danny as Sebastian's father. And Brian, who is Sebastian's actual father or whatever, biological father, who's his father too, accepted Danny. So it's always nice to see when we go to any kind of like social event or sporting event that Sebastian's involved in. Shannon will be with her new boyfriend now. Danny will be with his new girlfriend now. And Brian will be with his wife, who he met after Sebastian was born, and they've been together too. So it all worked out. And Sebastian's got two dads, and two dads that love him very much. And he's got how many grandmas? He's got like 3 grandmas, and he's got 2 grandpas because Shannon's father's passed away. So he lives a good full life. And I consider him my grandson, not a step-grandson. He's my grandson. So when anybody asks, I said I have 5 grandchildren, 3 boys, 2 girls. That's the way it goes. So, okay, I will show you a clip of whoever shows up, and then let me show you my food, and tell you to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, we're going to eat breakfast. Today is Friday, March 24th. My quote is, start every day with confidence. You will make the right decisions for yourself and your health. For breakfast, I'm going to have a couple eggs, some hot tea, a grapefruit, a banana, 2 slices of Ezekiel toast, a laughing cow, and half of an avocado. Let's go eat. And Sebastian did come. But he's all done with basketball. What are we doing next? Baseball?
Baseball.
So we'll be getting there soon. We gotta get Oliver on here. Look out, look out, look out! And then we also have Danny. You have anything important to say, Dan?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, everything I say is important, so I guess I could just speak. And golf season starts this weekend. That's exciting.
What does?
Golf season.
Aren't we excited?
Oh, we are.
This is Jim's look all year round, in this winter and in the summer, because you got the air conditioning so cold. So he just likes to use his blanket.
I do.
Unexpected company. I didn't know you were coming.
I surprised you.
You surprised me. And there's Sophia! And then I think Aaron might be right behind them. Let me see. There he is. There's Aaron! And Kylie came over too.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Well,
But school's going good. But
She didn't ask about something.
I know. But somebody kicked the locker. So my locker.
Trouble?
Yes, they did.
Can I get suspended?
I don't know, but I scraped my arm on the floor too.
How'd you do that?
Oh, I fell from when my mom came home from her thing. I accidentally fell on the cement on the in the garage.
how's your dad doing?
He's doing good. He's healing. We went for a walk today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, for dinner, I'm going to have an open-faced tuna sandwich with some veggies, some dipped pretzels, and tea. I forgot my pretzels. But that's my dinner. Let me get my pretzels. Let's go over here. Get our little bag of pretzels. So, and my iced tea. So there's my dinner for tonight.